Hi everyone, it's Gabriella with Beating Type 1, also known as Ella. In this video, I'm going to be sharing information that I wish I had when I first got sick and got the chronic illness that has made me spend more than 400 days in the hospital since August 11th, 2014. Today is March 8th, 2017. It'll be 2.5 years to the day pretty soon. So, let's get started. So, the first thing I would recommend is if you're someone who, when you go, like if you're rapid onset or if at any point you might end up in the hospital for whatever reason, I would recommend having a go bag, designated go bag. The reason I chose this one is because it's on wheels, so it's easy for transport. It has a bunch of pockets. It's from Pottery Barn, I think, or PBT, I'm not sure. But it has a lot of pockets, it's versatile, and it will work. So, if you're a type 1 diabetic, or if you have any kind of specific products that you use and are used to and need that the hospital, whatever you go to, might not have, I would recommend doing a small amount of stuff that could last you at least 10 to 15 days. So, at minimum, probably a week. So, I have a large clear Ziploc bag, and in here I am going to place all of my specific stuff. But before I do that, I'm gonna mini bag, not as in the IV version of mini bag definition, but smaller bag than large bag. If you're a sickie, you're gonna get that joke. Okay, so I have an array of Lancets because depending on what pricker I have with me, I want to make sure I am universal. So the white ones are universal, the drum ones, those are a certain kind of pricker, and then the blue ones, the Delicas, those are certain kinds, but the white ones are generic. And you always want to make sure, especially if you're a type 1, you have extra Lancets on you. I'm also going to put an extra backup pricker in lancing device. I call it a pricker. I would recommend that as well. Also, a couple extra blood sugar strips, blood ketone strips if you think that would be helpful. If you have a tape sensitivity and you don't know if the hospital you're going to will have the kind of tape you may need, I would bring those with me. And you don't have to bring a ton, but bring maybe 10 or so. And then you're going to want to bring, if you wear an insulin pump or if you have anything that you might ever run into a situation where you might need a battery, I would recommend carrying it, every kind of battery possible, even the circle batteries, but I don't have one at the moment, so I can't pack it. But I have one AA in case I'm on an Animas. Animas batteries last for very long periods of time. And I'm going to carry around 2 AAAs because they're universal in a lot of stuff. Like if my meter died, I could put these in there. If I was wearing a Medtronic pump, which I don't think I ever will, but again, I like to be ridiculously over-prepared. It pays off, trust me. So, extra batteries, extra tape. I am very picky about the way that we get labs, so I'm gonna bring just one set of lab drawing tools just in case. I also like to make sure I have the kind of alcohol swabs that I love. Adhesive remover wipes. Sticky wipes. I have about, 10 of each or so. And then that wraps that up. So, the little things. Now, I'm going to start loading this. This will fit everything. Mini kit. I have some tandem. I have tandem sight change stuff. Universal infusion sets. A Minimed reservoir that is compatible with Minimed insulin pumps that would allow me to use an inset, a universal site with a Medtronic insulin pump if I had to. Always got to make sure I have at least one of those. Animas cartridges in case I'm rocking an Animas. At least 2 port site dressings for my port. Mini med infusion set. Not a ton, but just in case. Just in case. Again, I like to be ridiculously over prepared. 3 pods. Because what if I'm somewhere and somebody needs a pod, or, what if I'm in a place, you never know. Maybe it pays off. So, also, 3 lidocaine patches. And that wraps that up. So this is, also an extra insulin pump belt. Again, universal. Clips, not necessarily universal. Insulin pump belt, universal. And that is just the diabetes supplies of the Go Bag. Now let's talk clothing. I like things in sets of 3. Also, personal hygiene products. I have lotions, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, shampoo, and extra sensitive stuff. I have an array in case I'm reacting. I have a couple of options. I will also, even though this is already enclosed in the plastic bag, I will also put this in the plastic bag. And then there's, if you're a girl, again, you're gonna want to bring whatever you prefer. Because, trust me, hospitals never have anything good for that area. They suck. So, I have this ready to go. Now let's talk about clothing. You want to make sure you're going to have options. Your classic underwear option, it's a little bigger, smaller size, really small size options, but something that'll fit. You're also going to want to make sure you bring camis or tank tops. You're going to want to make sure you have comfortable undergarments if you wear those in the hospital. And I usually put those on the bottom. Then my rule of thumb is, again, 3 and 3. So I have pajama pants, pajama pants, pajama pants, universal matching shirt, universal matching shirt, and of course a Kaycee shirt. Always got to make sure I have Kaycee, at least one Kaycee shirt with me at all times, especially like when I'm inpatient. So I'll put that nice and folded all in there. That's my IV pump beeping. After I do that, I will go ahead and place my medical cap. And you can put air in it to compress it. Or you can unzip it a bit just to compress it. So it fits. Then, if you're anything like me and you like to always have something with your hair, you're gonna wanna bring a hairbrush. And a couple of, again, universal, versatile accessories, if that would help. And other than that, that's pretty much everything. I also have this kind of routine thing. I always have a bell with me. So, bring that too. It's kind of like a good luck charm. So, there you have it. My go bag. So, if I were to end up in the hospital suddenly, I would just be able to grab this if it's not with me. And because there's nothing that's really perishable, I could put this in the car. Well, the soap's not an issue, but it is versatile. It's ready to go. There's options. It is prepared. What I like to call being over prepared paid off, and it's totally worth it. So there's my go bag.